What's up, everybody? Gridbot Guru back again. So what I've noticed is the last several days is a lot of times people are wanting to find out and wanting to know a little bit more about a different setup, a different bot. And they're saying, I really don't have good ideas about what necessarily to look for or what necessarily to be viewing when I'm looking for some of these trades. So my plan is to come up with an idea and maybe a playlist that I can end up putting some of those trade ideas into. The other thing is a lot of times people are also looking at some of these trades and pairs, and they're also wanting to know, hey, can I trade this with 50 bucks, with 100 bucks? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to look for some trades and I'm going to try to keep it at 100 USDT. All right. And what I'll do is I'll try to make another video or another playlist so that you guys can find those trades easier. All right. Let's go ahead and let's get started. This one is for Reef. Okay, I do not know a lot about the actual technical, like what's going on with the coin or anything like that. My personal goal is looking at what the chart tells me. And with Reef, I'm looking at the daily chart, and what I'm seeing is a couple different things. The first thing I'm seeing is, and I know it's hard to see right now. Let me zoom in. I'm seeing that MACD is kind of low, and it looks like it potentially could start coming up. Now, is it fully ready to just absolutely skyrocket? I don't think so. However, I do feel like this is a good area to start thinking about getting into a long position. Okay. The second thing that I'm seeing is, I'm seeing on the daily chart. Again, I like to trade the daily. It kind of gives me an idea overall where this item is going or where this pair is going. Okay. So if I'm looking at the daily chart, I'm looking for some areas of support and resistance. Okay, support and resistance. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to look at this area. All right, so I'm going to put a line there. I'm going to put a line right there. I'm also going to put one down here, and I'm also going to put one right there. Okay. What I will end up doing is I always fill mine in. I always put a little rectangle there. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to fill an area like this to let me know that, hey, this area is kind of an area that people are buying and selling in. Okay. And then I'm going to also put an area right there. And now what I can do is I can get rid of all my lines. So I go through and I get rid of my lines. So long story short, what we have is we have an area, this first area, the top box. That is going to be an area that I personally feel like we are buying at. Okay, so if I come over here, I'm going to see that we bought in this area. We came up and we dropped back down. We bought some more and then we jumped with our price. Those tell me that those two areas are pretty significant. Okay, I feel like those are pretty significant areas. Now, how does this exactly work? Well, what we need to do is we need to go up and we need to find another area. So if I go and I find another area, my next area is probably going to be around this area right here. And the reason why is because we have come down and we went back up. So I feel like that area is going to be an area of support and or resistance depending on which way you're coming from. In this case, we are coming from the bottom, and so we're going to come up to this area. This area should end up acting as a support area. Sorry, a resistance area. It's going to want to push the price back down because there's going to be a lot of people who are saying this area, it looks good. I've got some profits. Let me sell. And so then the coin value will go down. Okay. All right. Now, with all of that being said, let's set our grid up. Okay. If you are sitting there and you are thinking, I'm following along so far, but how does this work? What you're going to do is you're going to want to find a bottom spot. Personally, I like this area way down here just because I want to be super safe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a line down in this area. Now, I don't like the number 1125. And there's not a real reason why I don't like it. It's just too many numbers for me. So what I ended up doing was I ended up putting my bottom grid at 11.5. Okay. And that puts us right around that area. So our blue line here is going to be where our bottom grid is. Now, that means that our top grid, if we come up here, our top grid, we can move it around. I'm very close to 17.6, but I don't really like it. So I'm going to give myself some more wiggle room, and I'm just going to put it as a flat 18. Okay. So what we end up having is we want our price to stay between 0.0115 and 0.018. Those are the two prices that we want our coin to stay in between. Now, if you are sitting there and you are thinking, okay, but how does this translate to 100 USDT? Okay, here's where it comes in. The last time I checked, you could end up getting 71 grids. That means 71 points of buying and selling on or between those two numbers. And you could have a 0.54% profit on each one. So currently, right now, if I were to try to set this up, okay, let me do my lower limit. My lower limit's going to be 1.5, and my upper limit will be 18, and I did 71. Okay, so right now, I can still create this bot with 100 USDT, and I am going to pick geometric. I would end up picking 100 USDT at 0.54% per profit. Okay. All right. Again, I want you guys to make sure that when you guys are doing this, do not use money that you are going to need in the future. Okay. I have a Soul bot. I started it like almost 3 days ago. It's only up 1%. Okay, I put 100 USDT. That means I've made $1 and some change. It's 1% some change. But the thing is, these bots take time. You have to have patience. They are not the home run hitters that you look at and that you hear about on the radio or the TV or whatever. It is the ones that they are slow, but they are constant profits. Okay. The next thing I want you guys to know is this takes time. You have to be patient with it. It will work, it will do its job, but you have to have patience. You have to be trusting the bot. Okay. All right, everybody. I'm hoping that this setup can help you in the future make some better profits. And I'm hoping that this kind of gives you an idea of, and what I'm hoping this does is it is able to get you those profits, and it is able to show you setups that I end up looking for. Okay. All right, everybody. As always, I want you guys to make sure you are staying safe with your trades. Have a great week trading and stay green. If you learned something today, if you are interested in this, if you think that this is something that you could benefit from, what I want you guys to do is make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button too, okay? The more people who use Pionex, the better that we are going to end up doing, okay? So make sure you're getting the word out about Pionex, all right? All right, everybody. I will see you next time.